My boyfriend hosted a boys' weekend in our apartment while I was away visiting my parents, but my neighbor sent me videos of girls coming and going all weekend. When I returned early, the place was wrecked and reeked of booze and perfume. He swore. Only the guys stopped by, your neighbors making it up. You know that gut-wrenching moment when your entire world shatters, and the person you trust most is holding the hammer? What if I told you I just lived it and every horrific detail was caught on camera? I'm sitting in my car outside my sister Amy's apartment right now, and I literally cannot process what I just watched on my security camera footage. My mind is reeling and I'm typing this out because I need anyone, to tell me I'm not going insane. Just 2 weeks ago, life felt normal. My boyfriend Gordon and I have been together for 2 years, living together for 8 months in our downtown apartment. Friday morning, I had to drive 3 hours to my parents' house. My dad had surgery, and my mom needed my help for the whole weekend. Gordon said he'd stay home, catching up on work stuff. And honestly, I didn't mind, his family radar isn't exactly strong. Thursday night before I left, he casually mentioned maybe having the guys over Saturday to watch some games. I was like, sure, whatever. Just clean up after. And he, with that infuriating smirk, said, obviously, babe, I'm not a slob. Famous last words, right? Friday and Saturday morning, everything was fine. He texted, how's your dad? And I miss you. Good morning, I love you. All the usual stuff. Then Saturday afternoon, as I was helping my mom in the kitchen, my phone buzzed. It was Jocelyn, our neighbor from across the hall. Her text read, hey, I don't want to overstep, but there's been a lot of people going in and out of your apartment all day. Just wanted to make sure everything's okay. My stomach clenched. I quickly texted back, Gordon's just having some friends over to watch sports. No big deal. Her reply hit me like a ton of bricks. Okay, just checking because I saw several girls go in earlier. Several girls? I stared at that text, my heart starting to pound. Jocelyn, what do you mean several? She said. Like 4 or 5 different women throughout the afternoon. My breath hitched. I texted Gordon. How's the guys' hangout going? He replied. Just chilling, watching the game. Pretty low-key. Low-key, he said, while apparently multiple women were parading in and out of our apartment. I texted Jocelyn back, my fingers trembling. Are you sure about the girls? She replied. Positive. I can send you video if you want. I have my doorbell camera footage. Yes. Please send it. She sent me 3 clips. I watched them in my parents' kitchen, surrounded by the mundane sounds of my mom chopping vegetables, completely oblivious to the fact that my life was imploding. The first video, Saturday, 2 p.m. 2 girls I'd never seen before, sashaying into my apartment building. One blonde in a super tight dress, a brunette in basically a crop top and jeans, clearly dolled up. Not exactly dressed for casual sports watching. Second video, 4 p.m. 3 more girls, all dressed like they were hitting a club. One was even carrying a bottle of vodka. Third video, 6 p.m. The same girls leaving and coming back with even more people, including guys I didn't recognize. My hand flew to my mouth. I called Gordon immediately. He answered and I could hear it, loud music, shouting. A full-blown party raging in the background. My voice tight with dread, I demanded, what the hell is going on? He mumbled. What do you mean? It sounds like a party, Gordon. Oh yeah, a few more people showed up, he said too casually. But it's still pretty chill. What about the girls? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. What girls? What girls? He got all defensive. Jocelyn must be confused. It's just the guys here. She has video, Gordon. Then she's recording the wrong apartment, he snapped. Because there are no girls here. FaceTime me right now, I challenged. Can't, babe. Phone's about to die. Then charge it and call me back. Will do later, he said, and then he hung up. He just hung up on me. My sister Amy, who was also visiting, saw my face. What's wrong? I showed her the videos. Her jaw dropped. Oh hell no. We're going back. Now. My mom, bless her heart, tried to say. Maybe it's innocent, sweetie. You should trust Gordon. But Amy was already grabbing her keys, a fire in her eyes. We left Sunday morning at 6 a.m., telling my parents' dad was fine and we'd be back next weekend. The 3-hour drive back was a blur. Amy ranted about what she was going to say to Gordon if he was cheating. I meanwhile was in a desperate loop trying to convince myself there was some innocent explanation. We pulled up to our apartment around 9:15 a.m. Sunday. I unlocked the door and the smell hit me first. A nauseating cocktail of stale alcohol, cheap perfume and general grossness. The living room was trashed. Empty bottles everywhere. Cups on every surface. Couch cushions on the floor. And then I saw it. A bra. A black lace bra, definitely not mine, hanging off my TV. Amy walked in behind me. What the actual hell? We just stood there, taking in the devastation. The kitchen was worse. More bottles, pizza boxes, someone's high heel sitting on the counter next to a spilled, dried red wine stain. The sink was overflowing with dirty dishes and red Solo cups. I found Gordon passed out in our bedroom, fully clothed, thank God. He reeked of alcohol and that cloying perfume. I shook him awake. He blinked confused, then saw me. His eyes widened in panic. Babe, what are you doing here? What the hell happened to our apartment, Gordon? He looked around blurry-eyed. Oh man, yeah, sorry about the mess. We got a little carried away last night. The bra on the TV? I asked, my voice dangerously calm. The high heel in the kitchen? The perfume smell everywhere. He feigned innocence. What are you talking about? There were no girls here. Just the guys. Just the guys. I walked back to the living room, grabbed the bra and held it up. Explain this then. He looked at it, then at me. I don't know. Maybe someone brought their girlfriend. You told me it was just guys. It was mostly just guys, he stammered. And maybe a few people brought dates, but it wasn't like that. Amy was in the living room, snapping photos of everything on her phone. Gordon saw her. What are you doing? Getting evidence of you being a lying cheat, she shot back. He jumped up, suddenly defensive. I didn't cheat on anyone. You're being dramatic. I stormed into the bathroom. On my sink I found makeup. Not mine. Different brands. A lipstick I'd never seen. Hair ties that weren't mine. I walked back holding them up. Explain these. The blood drained from his face. Those might have been there from before? Or someone used the bathroom, I don't know. It wasn't my party. People just started showing up. From the living room, Amy's voice sliced through the tension. You need to see this. I went back out. She was holding up a pair of women's underwear. A purple lace thong she'd found wedged between the couch cushions. Definitely not mine. I don't own purple lace anything. Gordon stumbled out, saw the underwear and sputtered. Okay, that's weird. But I swear I don't know whose that is. How does women's underwear end up in our living room if no girls were here? Gordon? Maybe Landon brought someone and things got out of hand, but I wasn't involved, he pleaded. Get out of my face, I hissed, while I clean up and think. He tried to hug me. I shoved him away. He smelled like perfume. I wanted to vomit. Amy helped me start cleaning. Gordon, meanwhile, sat on the porch looking utterly pathetic. It took us 3 hours. And the whole time we kept finding more evidence. Fake eyelashes on the bathroom floor. A hair extension in the kitchen. Someone's phone number scrawled in lipstick on my mirror. Gordon kept popping his head in. I'm so sorry about the mess, babe, but nothing happened. Yes, there were girls, but I didn't touch any of them. You're overreacting. Letting your imagination run wild. Landon and Carl and Anthony all brought people, and it just got bigger than I expected, but I was faithful. Amy finally snapped. Gordon, shut up and leave so we can finish. He went back outside and I heard him on the phone, probably with one of his friends. My girlfriend came home early and is losing it over nothing. Nothing. After we finally finished cleaning, I remembered. The security camera. In the living room. Gordon knew about it, but he's terrible with technology. He probably forgot. It records to the cloud. I can access the footage from my phone. My hands trembled as I pulled up the app and scrolled to Saturday. I started watching and what I saw made me want to throw up. Saturday afternoon, around 2 p.m. Gordon and his friends Landon, Carl, and Anthony. Drinking, watching sports just like he said. Then 2:30 p.m. the door opens. In walk the 2 girls from Jocelyn's video, the blonde and the brunette. They were all over Gordon immediately. Sitting on his lap, running their hands through his hair. He was laughing, drinking, clearly into it. More people showed up throughout the afternoon. By 5 p.m. there were easily 15 people there. It was a full-blown party. Gordon was dancing with different girls, making out with the blonde on our couch, then disappearing into the kitchen with the brunette. I couldn't see them, but I could hear them flirting. Around 7 p.m., Gordon, Carl, and Landon were in the living room with several girls. Someone turned off most of the lights, but the camera still picked up enough. Gordon was making out with a different girl now, a redhead I'd never seen. His hands were all over her. Then the worst part. Around 9 p.m. Gordon and his boys were doing shots in the kitchen. The girls were dancing in the living room. I could hear Gordon clearly on the audio. He slurred. "My girlfriend is so stupid. She'll never know about this." His friends laughed. Carl said, "Dude, you're playing with fire." Gordon scoffed. "Nah, she trusts me completely. She's clueless." Landon piped up. "What if someone tells her?" Gordon replied, "Who's gonna tell her? Everyone here knows to keep their mouth shut." Then Anthony asked, "What about all these random girls?" Gordon just waved his hand. "They don't know who I am or where I live after tonight." Then Gordon said something that made me gasp out loud. Sitting there in my now clean living room with Amy watching over my shoulder, he said with a smirk, "Honestly, I'm just keeping her around until I find someone hotter. Anyway, she's like my safety net." Safety net? Amy snatched my phone. "Rewind that," she demanded. We watched that part 3 more times. Gordon calling me stupid. Gordon saying he's looking for someone hotter. Gordon calling me his safety net, like I was some backup plan while he shopped for better. The footage continued and it got worse. Gordon taking girls into our bedroom, coming out 20 minutes later, adjusting his clothes. Different girls going in and out of the bathroom. People doing shots off each other. This went on until 4 a.m. when the last people finally left, and Gordon passed out. I saved all the footage, downloaded every single video file from Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. Amy helped me back it up to 3 different places. Then I just sat there, numb, trying to figure out what to do. Part of me screamed to confront him immediately, but a colder, more calculating part remembered him calling me stupid and clueless, saying I'd never know, talking about me like I was disposable. Gordon came back inside around 2 p.m. "Can we talk, babe?" he asked, trying to look contrite. "Sure, let's talk," I said, my voice flat. He launched into his apology, how the party got out of hand, how he should have controlled it better, but nothing happened between him and anyone else. Yes, there were girls, but they were other people's guests, not mine. "Swear on our relationship, Gordon," I challenged him. "Swear nothing happened." He looked me right in the eyes, his face a picture of sincere regret. "I swear on everything. Nothing happened. I was faithful to you the whole time." He even added, "Other people must have used our apartment. I'm sorry I didn't keep better track." I just nodded. "Okay, I believe you." His face lit up. "I knew you'd understand. We're good. I love you so much." He started going on and on. "I'm still upset about the mess and the lying about who was here," I said, playing my part. "But we can work through it." Gordon hugged me, squeezing tight. "Thank you for trusting me." I hugged him back, my mind replaying his voice on that video, calling me clueless and stupid. Amy looked at me like I was insane. I texted her, "I have a plan. Just go with it." She looked skeptical but kept quiet. Gordon spent the rest of Sunday making it up to me. Ordered my favorite food. Finished the remaining cleaning. Kept apologizing for the mess. I played along perfectly, asking him about his weekend. He spun this elaborate tale about just him and the guys, how a few extra people showed up, but it was super low-key. Every single word was a lie, and I had video proof. He had no idea. Monday morning, Gordon went to work like normal. Kissed me goodbye. "Love you, babe." I said it back, watched him leave, then sat down with all the security footage and started planning. Update 1 coming because I spent the last 2 weeks playing the perfect girlfriend while setting everything up. Update. Okay, so the last 2 weeks have been the most exhausting performance of my entire life. But Gordon's world just came crashing down spectacularly, and I'm sitting at Amy's apartment watching it all unfold. That Monday, after I found everything, I went to work like normal, then spent my lunch break making a plan. I downloaded all the security footage to a USB drive and gave copies to Amy and my best friend Joanna, who I've known since college. If anything happens to me or my copies, I told them, these need to exist. Amy wanted me to dump him immediately, but I told her no. Gordon thinks I'm stupid and clueless, I said. So I'm going to use that. I needed to be strategic. Monday night, Gordon came home with flowers. Flowers? He said he felt so bad about the mess and wanted to make it up to me. I thanked him, put them in water, and acted like everything was fine. We had dinner, watched TV, and he kept touching me, being affectionate. I just smiled through it. The image of him making out with that redhead burned into my memory. Tuesday morning, after he left for work, I noticed he'd forgotten his phone. He texted me from his work computer, asking if I could bring it to him on my lunch break. Sure, no problem. I replied, already heading for his nightstand. I knew his passcode. We'd been together 2 years, and he'd never been secretive before. I opened his messages. There it was. A group chat with Landon, Carl, and Anthony called Boys Weekend. My heart hammered. I scrolled up to Saturday. Oh, my God. The messages started Saturday afternoon. Anthony. This party is getting wild. Gordon. I know, dude. This is awesome. Carl sent a photo of 2 of the girls dancing. Gordon replied. The blonde one is so hot. Then around 8 p.m. Landon sent. You better delete all these messages before your girl sees them. Gordon's reply. LOL, she's not smart enough to check my phone, but good call. Anthony again. Dude, you're playing with fire. And Gordon. Nah, I got this under control. She believes everything I tell her. I took screenshots of everything. Every message, every photo they shared. All of it backed up to my cloud storage. Tuesday night, I cooked Gordon's favorite meal. He came home so happy, so oblivious. I'm so lucky to have you, he kept saying. Other guys wish they had a girlfriend like you. I smiled, a cold, hard smile. I'm the lucky one, I said, while inside I was screaming. Wednesday, phase 2. I called the landlord. Gordon and I are breaking up, I explained. And I need to know what's involved in getting him off the lease. She said we both had to agree, or one could take over with the other's signature. I told her I wanted to take over the full lease and would pay any fees. Just need Gordon to sign the release forms, she said. I'll handle that, I promised. Our lease wasn't up until August, 7 months away. The penalty for breaking it early? 3 months' rent. $4,500. I didn't have that liquid, but my parents did. When I called my mom and explained, she said she'd loan it to me, no questions asked. My dad got on the phone and said, I always knew Gordon was a piece of work. I'm proud of you for handling this smart. Wednesday night, Gordon suggested we go out for dinner. I agreed. He picked a nice place, one we went to for special occasions. He was extra sweet, attentive, holding my hand, telling me how beautiful I was, talking about future plans. At one point he said, You know, I've been thinking maybe we should start looking at houses to buy. I almost choked on my wine. Why the sudden interest in houses? He said he was ready to take the next step, that he saw a future with me, wanted to make it official. I just smiled. That sounds nice. Let's talk more about it. He said he loved me so much, felt like the luckiest guy. I love you too, I said, my voice steady. The whole time, I was thinking about him calling me his safety net, until he found someone hotter. Thursday, I met Joanna for coffee. She works in PR. I asked her how to handle this publicly. Depends on the outcome you want, she said. I want Gordon to face actual social consequences for treating me like garbage and lying to everyone. Joanna's eyes widened. Do you have proof? I showed her some of the security footage on my phone. She watched Gordon making out with girls in our living room, heard him calling me stupid. Oh, he's done, she said definitively. She helped me compile everything into a clear timeline with timestamps and notes. Friday morning, Gordon left for work. I started packing. Not obviously, just slowly going through my stuff, separating what was mine from what was ours, taking photos of everything for documentation, making lists. I called Amy. Can I stay with you for a while? I asked. Absolutely, she said. My spare room is yours. She lives in a 1-bedroom, but insisted she'd take the couch. Gordon treated you like trash. You're getting the bedroom. Friday night, I suggested a quiet night in. Gordon agreed. Pizza and a movie. He fell asleep on the couch, his head in my lap. I just looked at him, wondering how someone could lie so easily, How he could look me in the eyes and say he loved me while planning to trade up. Saturday morning. What do you want to do this weekend, babe? He asked. Maybe something fun, just the two of us? He suggested an arcade bar we both liked. We spent the afternoon there drinking, playing games. He was taking photos of us for Instagram. Posted one with a caption about how lucky he is to have me. His friends flooded the comments. Couple goals. You guys are so cute. Landon even commented. When's the wedding, bro? Gordon replied, soon, hopefully. With a ring emoji. I commented back with a heart emoji, liking all the supportive comments, knowing full well these same friends had watched him do what he did just a week ago. My lawyer advised me to take anything I could prove was mine, and joint items were whoever has possession. I showed her my detailed list. Looks good, she said. Just document everything. Tuesday night. Babe, Gordon started. Maybe we should start looking at engagement rings online. Engagement rings? I thought we were looking at houses first? I asked, feigning surprise. Why not both? He said. We spent an hour looking at rings. He kept asking my style. I gave vague answers, dying inside. Wednesday, Amy came over while Gordon was at work. We started slowly moving my really important stuff to her apartment. My laptop, documents, some clothes. Things Gordon wouldn't immediately notice were gone. When are you pulling the trigger? She asked. Saturday, I said. After Landon's party. Wednesday night, Gordon cooked dinner. He never cooks. Spaghetti, garlic bread, candles, music. Super romantic. He kept saying how much he appreciated me. What's the occasion? I asked. No occasion, he said. I just love you. After dinner, he got down on one knee. My heart leaped into my throat. Oh my God, he's proposing. I braced myself to say yes, already calculating how I'd handle it. But he just tied my shoe, which had come undone, and laughed. Gotcha. I fake laughed too, my heart still racing. Thursday, I finished getting everything lined up. Signed the lease takeover papers. Got the check from my parents for the breaking fee. Packed 2 more suitcases, tucked them into my car trunk where Gordon wouldn't see. Created a folder on my computer with all the evidence, organized and ready. Thursday night, Gordon wanted to talk serious stuff. He'd been thinking a lot about our future, he said. He really wanted to marry me. Would you say yes if I proposed? He asked. Of course, I love you, I said, the words tasting like ash. He said he was going to start ring shopping for real, wanted to propose by summer. I just nodded and smiled. That sounds perfect, I said, knowing that in 48 hours his entire life was going to explode. Friday morning, I woke up before him and just watched him sleep. This man who I loved for 2 years, who I lived with and made a home with, who called me stupid and clueless in his safety net, who cheated on me in our apartment and then lied to my face about it for 2 weeks. Friday afternoon, I met Joanna again. She helped me prepare what I called the receipt package. Compiled security footage clips, screenshots of all the text messages, a detailed timeline, and my written statement. When you release this, Joanna said, it's going to blow up. Gordon's going to face serious social consequences. Good, I said. That's exactly what I want. He called me stupid and clueless. He doesn't get to just walk away quietly. Friday night, Gordon came home with more flowers, a bottle of wine. Nice dinner before Landon's party tomorrow, he suggested. We cooked together, drank wine. He kept touching me, being sweet. I played along perfectly. At one point he said, I don't know what I'd do without you. I smiled. You'll never have to find out. Saturday morning. I woke up with a purpose. Gordon was still asleep. I went to the living room, looked around at our apartment, our life together, 2 years of memories. I took photos of everything one last time. Gordon woke up around 10 a.m. What are you doing? Just cleaning up a bit, I said. He hugged me from behind. Excited for tonight? Me too, I lied. Landon's party should be fun, he said. And after that, maybe we can talk more about rings and houses in our future. We got ready for Landon's party that afternoon. I wore a nice dress, did my makeup. Gordon kept saying how hot I looked, how lucky he was. On the way there, he held my hand, affectionate as ever. The party was just as he described, couples. Landon and Beatrice, Carl and Ivy, Anthony solo. A few other familiar faces. Everyone was drinking, hanging out. It was all so normal. Then I excused myself to the bathroom. As I walked past Landon's room, I heard Gordon talking inside. The door was cracked. I stopped and listened. Gordon was saying to Landon and Carl that Ashley had been texting him, and he was trying to figure out how to meet up with her without me finding out. Carl said, "Dude, didn't you learn your lesson from last weekend?" Gordon scoffed. "Last weekend was fine. I handled it perfectly. My girl doesn't suspect a thing." Landon said, "You're crazy, man. You're going to get caught." "Nah," Gordon chuckled. "She's too trusting. Plus, I'm being extra nice lately. So even if something seems weird, she'll just believe whatever I tell her." Anthony walked in then. "Are we talking about Ashley?" "Yeah," Gordon said. "I'm trying to hit that, but timing is tricky." They all laughed. Someone said, "Gordon, you're terrible." "Terrible but not stupid," he bragged. "I know how to keep my girl happy while still having fun on the side." I stood in that hallway listening to the man I lived with, the man who wanted to buy houses and rings with me, tell his friends he was planning to cheat on me again, while I was standing 20 feet away. That's when I knew. I was done performing, done pretending, done giving him one more second of my life. I walked back into the living room. Gordon was talking to Beatrice. I walked straight up to him. "We need to leave. Now." "Why?" he asked, annoyed. "I'm not feeling well." He looked irritated but said, "Okay, let me just finish my drink." "Now, Gordon," I insisted. He made his excuses to everyone and we left. In the car he asked what was wrong. "Just drop me at Amy's," I said. "I'm staying there tonight." "What? Why?" "Because I need space." He got defensive. "What did I do wrong?" "Nothing," I said, my voice flat. "I just need space." He dropped me at Amy's around 8 p.m. He tried to come in. "No," I said. "Just go home. I'll text you later." He looked confused, hurt, and drove away. As soon as he was gone, I texted Amy the code word we'd arranged. "Showtime." Amy pulled up the receipt package. At exactly 9 p.m. we sent it. To everyone. Gordon's friends, Gordon's coworkers, Gordon's family, my family, our mutual friends. Everyone. The package included the security footage of him making out with multiple women, the audio of him calling me stupid and clueless, the text messages with his friends about the party and Ashley, and my statement explaining exactly what happened. Then I changed my Facebook status to single and posted the security footage clips with a caption. "This is what my boyfriend did while I was visiting my sick dad." Then he lied to my face about it for 2 weeks while planning to do it again. Thought I was too stupid to figure it out? Think again. My phone exploded. Messages from everyone who received the package. Messages from people who saw my Facebook post. Missed calls from Gordon started at 9:15 p.m. voicemails. "What the hell is going on? Call me back right now." At 10 p.m., Gordon showed up at Amy's door, pounding on it, yelling my name. "We need to talk." Amy told him through the door that I didn't want to talk to him, and he needed to leave. He said he wasn't leaving until I came out. Amy said she was calling the police and he finally left. Next update coming because Gordon was banging on Amy's door at 4 a.m., screaming about his ruined life, and what happened in between was absolutely wild. Final update. Okay, so Saturday night after I posted, everything was absolute chaos, and I need to walk you through what happened because Gordon completely lost it, and the last 3 days have been absolutely insane. After Gordon left Amy's apartment around 10 p.m. Saturday, my phone would not stop. Texts and calls from everyone. My mom called crying, saying she was so proud of me for standing up for myself. My dad called saying if Gordon came near me, he'd have problems. Joanna called, saying the videos were spreading like wildfire, and Gordon was getting roasted in the comments. But then messages started coming from his side. His mom, Alana, texted, "How could you humiliate my son publicly like this instead of handling it privately?" His brother, Charles, sent a long message about how I was ruining Gordon's reputation over a misunderstanding. Landon texted, "You're being vindictive. Gordon's a mess right now." I didn't respond to any of them. Amy and I just watched my phone blow up while we ordered pizza and processed everything. Around 11 p.m., Amy showed me Facebook. Gordon had deleted his entire account. His Instagram was gone too. He'd even left his friends' group chat. Sunday morning, I woke up to 43 missed calls from Gordon and 17 voicemails. I listened to the first few. The 9:30 p.m. Saturday one was him yelling, "How could you do this to me?" demanding I call back. By the 1 a.m. voicemail he was crying, "Please, we need to talk. I can explain everything." The 4 a.m. voicemail. That one was something else. He was sobbing, saying his mom wouldn't stop calling him. His brother thought he was disgusting. Landon's girlfriend Beatrice saw the videos and now Landon was mad at him for bringing that energy around her. He cried, "My life is falling apart, and it's all your fault for overreacting." My fault? For overreacting to him cheating and calling me stupid? Amy heard me listening. "Don't you dare call him back." "I'm not," I said. "I just wanted to hear what he's saying." She made me delete his number right there. "I have it memorized," I admitted. "Then we're changing your number tomorrow," she said. Sunday around noon, Gordon showed up at Amy's apartment again. He rang the doorbell probably 50 times. Amy, through the door, told him I wasn't there. "Her car is in the parking lot." "I know she's here," he yelled. "Even if she is," Amy retorted, "she doesn't want to talk to you, so leave." He started screaming through the door, claiming he had a right to explain himself, that I was being unfair. Amy told him she was calling the police if he didn't leave in 60 seconds. He finally left, but I watched from the window as he just sat in his car in the parking lot for 2 hours. I texted Jocelyn, asking if Gordon was at our apartment. "His car's not here," she replied. "Haven't seen him since yesterday." I thanked her. She wrote, "I'm sorry I ever doubted the girls were there. If you need anything, let me know." Sunday afternoon, my parents drove to Amy's. My mom brought food, my dad brought boxes to help me move the rest of my stuff. We decided to go Sunday evening, figuring Gordon would be at his mom's, dealing with the fallout. We got to the apartment around 6 p.m. No car. I used my key and walked in. It still smelled like alcohol. Empty beer bottles in the living room. The TV was still on. It looked like Gordon had been camping out there getting drunk. My dad started loading boxes while my mom helped me pack my clothes. We worked fast. I didn't want to be there when he came back. We had most of my stuff loaded in about 2 hours. I was packing my bathroom things when I heard the front door open. Gordon walked in, saw us, and just froze. He looked at my dad loading boxes, my mom packing my things, and me standing there with my toiletries bag. "What are you doing?" he asked, his voice stunned. "I'm moving out," I said simply. "You can't just move out. We live here together." "Actually," I said, "I can. And I am." He looked at my dad. "Can you give us a minute?" My dad just stared him down. "No, I don't think I will. This is between me and her." Gordon insisted. My dad's voice was firm. "You lost the right to privacy when you cheated on my daughter and called her stupid." Gordon's face went red. He turned to me. "We need to talk about this, just the two of us." "There's nothing to talk about," I said. "I'm leaving." "You're overreacting. We can work through this." "Work through what exactly, Gordon?" I challenged him. "The cheating? The lying? Or you calling me your safety net until you find someone hotter?" He tried to backtrack. "That's not what I meant. You're taking it out of context." "I have video," I said, "with full context." He bristled. "You had no right to record me in my own home." "It's our home," I corrected him. "And the camera's been there for 6 months. You knew about it. You just forgot, because you're so used to lying you didn't think about covering your tracks." He started getting defensive again. "You violated my privacy by going through my phone. You violated our relationship by cheating." "I didn't cheat," he yelled, "because nothing actually happened." I laughed. A hollow, bitter laugh. "I watched you make out with multiple women on our couch, Gordon." "Making out isn't sex," he argued. "So technically I didn't cheat." "Technically." My mom stopped packing. "Young man," she said, her voice steely, "you better not be standing here trying to justify cheating with technicalities." Gordon looked at my mom, a flicker of fear in his eyes. "With all due respect, this is between me and your daughter." "Respect," my mom said, "is something you clearly don't understand if you think making out with other women while insulting your girlfriend is acceptable behavior." He tried a different approach. "Okay, fine. I made mistakes. But relationships are about forgiveness. We've been together 2 years. We built a life. You're throwing it all away over one bad weekend. It wasn't one bad weekend, I corrected him. It was 2 weeks of lying to my face after the bad weekend. He said he lied because he knew I'd overreact exactly like this. Does overreacting mean having self-respect and refusing to be someone's safety net? I asked. He tried to deny it. I never meant that safety net thing. I was just drunk and talking trash with my boys. Drunk words, I said, are sober thoughts. Gordon sank onto the couch, head in his hands. You're ruining my life. My friends won't talk to me. My mom's disappointed. My coworkers saw the videos. I'm humiliated. Good, I said, my voice cold. Maybe being humiliated will teach you not to humiliate other people. He looked up at me, his eyes red. So that's it? You're just done with us. I was done the second I watched you call me stupid and clueless and plan to cheat on me again. I wasn't actually going to do anything with Ashley, he pleaded. I was just talking. You were texting her, calling her hot, and saying you wanted to hang out. That's just flirting, he insisted. It doesn't mean anything. If it meant nothing, then why hide it? Because you're paranoid and jealous. I'm not paranoid, I said. I'm informed. Because I have proof of everything. You're vindictive for posting it publicly instead of talking to me privately. I did this publicly, I said. Because you called me stupid publicly to your friends and planned to keep lying to me publicly while everyone knew except me. That's different, he argued. How? I asked. He couldn't answer. My dad finished loading the last box. We're done here. Let's go. Gordon jumped up. Wait. Please. Just give me a chance to make this right. How do you plan to make it right? I asked. He promised he'd do whatever it takes. Counseling. Transparency with his phone. Cutting off his friends. Anything. It's too late for anything, Gordon, I said. I don't trust you and I don't want to trust you again. Relationships take work, he whined. You're giving up too easily. I gave up at exactly the right time, I said. When I found out who you really are. He tried to grab my hand. I pulled away. Please don't leave. I love you. You don't love me, I told him. You love having someone to take care of you and make you look good, while you do whatever you want behind their back. That's not true. Then explain the safety net comment. He started crying then. Real tears. I was just being stupid and insecure. I do love you. Losing me is making me realize how much I mean to you. You should have realized that before you cheated, I said. Not after you got caught. My mom said, we need to go. I followed her to the door. Gordon followed us, begging. Please, please don't do this. My dad turned around. If you contact my daughter again, or show up anywhere she is, you'll have serious problems. I have a right to talk to my girlfriend, Gordon yelled. Ex-girlfriend, I said. We left. I heard him yelling my name from the doorway, but I didn't turn around. I got to my car and just sat there for a minute while my parents loaded the last of my stuff. Amy texted. Are you okay? I will be, I replied. Sunday night back at Amy's I couldn't sleep. Part of me felt bad hearing Gordon cry. But a bigger part remembered him laughing with his friends about how clueless I was. Remembered him planning to cheat again. Remembered 2 years of what I thought was love being called a safety net. Monday morning I called the landlord. I'm moving out and breaking the lease. She said she received my paperwork and check, and Gordon just needed to sign the release. Has he been by? I asked. Not yet. I'll handle getting his signature. Monday afternoon I texted Gordon from Amy's phone since I'd blocked his. I need you to sign the lease release papers. Where can I bring them? He called Amy's phone immediately. I answered. We need to talk in person, he pleaded. Just tell me where to bring the papers, I said. Come to the apartment. I'm not coming there. Then meet me somewhere neutral. We agreed on a Starbucks. Monday night, Landon's girlfriend, Beatrice, messaged me on Instagram. I'm so sorry for what happened, she wrote. I had no idea Gordon was doing all that. She said after she saw the videos, she told Landon she didn't want to be around Gordon anymore. Landon, after being defensive, eventually agreed that what Gordon did was terrible. Carl's girlfriend, Ivy, felt the same way. Both were disgusted. I thanked her. Tuesday morning I got to Starbucks. I sat across from him and pulled out the lease papers. "You need to sign here," I said, releasing me from the lease and agreeing to take full financial responsibility. He looked at the papers. "What if I don't sign?" "Then I'll take you to small claims court for my half of the breaking fee," I said calmly. "And everyone will see even more details about why I left." "You're threatening me." "I'm giving you options." He said he'd sign if I agreed to talk for 30 minutes. "Fine," I said. 30 minutes. He signed the papers. I put them in my bag. Then he launched into his speech about how sorry he was, how he'd been doing a lot of thinking, realizing he messed up badly. I just sat there drinking my coffee as he talked. He'd been talking to his mom and brother, even considered therapy. He understood why I was upset, didn't blame me, but thought we could get past it if I gave him a real chance. What does a real chance look like, Gordon? Time to prove I've changed. I'll cut off those friends. Total transparency with my phone and social media. I'll go to counseling. Whatever it takes to rebuild trust. Trust, I told him, isn't something you rebuild. It's something you don't break in the first place. Everyone makes mistakes, he insisted. Not everyone throws a party with multiple women while their girlfriend visits her sick father, I countered, and then lies about it for 2 weeks while planning to do it again. He tried to say the Ashley thing wasn't real planning. He was just entertaining the idea. "So," I said, "you were only considering cheating on me again? That makes it so much better." "You're being sarcastic and unfair," he accused. "I'm being honest," I said, "which is more than you ever were. Is there anything I can do to fix this?" "No," I said. "You're not even willing to try?" "I tried for 2 years," I said, "while you lied and cheated and called me stupid. One weekend doesn't negate 2 years." "It does," I said, "when that weekend revealed what you really think of me." He said he didn't think I was stupid, just drunk and talking trash. "Do drunk people make out with multiple women at parties they're hosting while their girlfriend is out of town?" I asked. "Lots of people make mistakes at parties," he repeated. "Not people in committed relationships." The 30 minutes ended. I stood up to leave. "Wait," he said. "Can I at least text you sometimes?" "No," I said. "I blocked your number." He followed me out to my car. "I'm not giving up on us." "There is no us, Gordon," I said. "And there never will be again." He called me cold and harsh. "I'm being smart," I said, "and protecting myself from someone who treats me like garbage." "If you walk away now, you're going to regret it," he insisted. "I'm a good guy who made one mistake. Most women would be willing to work through it." "Then find one of those women," I said. "Because I'm not her. You used to be understanding and forgiving." "I used to be a lot of things," I told him, before I watched video of my boyfriend cheating on me. I got in my car, locked the doors. Gordon stood there watching me drive away, a lost figure in my rearview mirror. Wednesday morning, the landlord confirmed Gordon signed the papers. I was released from the lease. The breaking fee was paid. As of Friday, I'm officially moved out. She said Gordon came by, asking if he could add someone else to the lease to help with rent. She said not until August. Wednesday afternoon, my mom called. "I'm proud of how you handled everything," she said. "Walking away from someone who doesn't respect you is the strongest thing you can do." My dad got on the phone. "Gordon's lucky I didn't have to deal with him face to face," he grumbled. "I wanted to punch him." Thursday, I got a message on Instagram from Ashley, the girl Gordon was texting. She had no idea he had a girlfriend. She was so sorry. Thursday night, Gordon showed up at Amy's apartment at 4 a.m. 4 in the morning, banging on the door, screaming my name. "Please delete the videos. My life is ruined." Amy called the police immediately. He was screaming about his friends, his coworkers, his mom, his brother. "I'm humiliated everywhere I go. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Just take down the videos." The police showed up in maybe 8 minutes. They found Gordon sitting on the floor outside Amy's door, crying. They asked if he lived there. No. Was he invited? No, but I need to talk to someone inside. They told him that was trespassing. He needed to leave. "I just want to talk to my girlfriend," he pleaded. The officer said dryly. If your girlfriend wanted to talk to you, she'd answer the door. They escorted him to his car and watched him drive away. The officer came back and told Amy this was the second time they'd responded to calls about him here. If it happened again, they'd arrest him. Landon texted Amy's phone later. Gordon is staying with his mom now and completely falling apart. Maybe you should consider taking down some of the videos since you made your point. I didn't respond. I don't owe Gordon or his friends anything. They watched him cheat, encouraged it, and now they're upset he's facing consequences. It's Saturday now and I'm writing this from Amy's apartment, where I'm staying until I find my own place. Gordon hasn't tried to contact me since Thursday night when the police came. I'm guessing his mom or a lawyer or someone finally told him to stop. My phone is full of messages from people supporting me. Friends saying I did the right thing. Coworkers saying they're proud of me. To everyone who said, collect evidence before confronting. That saved me from endless he said/she said. To everyone who said walking away is strength, not weakness. I'm learning that. I'm 26 years old, single, living with my sister temporarily, and rebuilding my life after 2 years with someone who called me his safety net. And you know what? I'm okay. Better than okay. Because I'm not stupid or clueless. I'm smart enough to collect evidence, strategic enough to plan my exit, and strong enough to walk away from someone who doesn't value me. This whole experience has been a whirlwind of emotions, but I wouldn't change how I handled it. Have you ever faced such a blatant betrayal, where you had to meticulously plan your escape? What would you have done in my place? I really want to know what you all think down in the comments.